the Down to Earth Network, the Down to Earth podcast with your host, Sean Myrie. This episode is about, you know, Drake, the one and only superstar, hip hop or rapper extraordinaire, Drake. Right? So, episode 4 is supposed to be dropping soon. That's what some people are speculating. A lot of content makers are talking about Drake dropping his new, highly anticipated album. Guaranteed it's bringing controversy all around it. A lot of the haters, like, Joe Budden, uh, Sham, whatever, I can't even pronounce his name, the God, right? A whole bunch of people are hating on Drake. Ebro, the Culture United, the list keeps going on, right? But the Iceman album is slated or is gonna be coming out soon. That's what a lot of content makers are speaking about. I'm thinking that, well, my predictions, it will be summertime. The earliest might be May, but I'm gearing up for June, July release of the Iceman album. In the summertime, around World Cup time. World Cup time is FIFA, which, when Kendrick was doing his Super Bowl performance, there was rumors, I don't know if it's fact, that Drake might be performing for the FIFA, right? FIFA World Cup. Hopefully that goes through because the World Cup will also be in Toronto the 6th. Yeah, a lot of Drake fans, they cannot wait for the Iceman album to come out. Um, I think it's going to be better than the GNX album. It's going to be better than, what's his name, J. Cole's album. He's just watching right now to see how things go, right? I'm rooting for Drake this time. I'm rooting for Drake. Even though I said it would flop, and he kind of listened. He didn't come out too early with the album. Like, people thought it was like maybe 3 months ago he was gonna drop Iceman. A lot of people thought it was like 3 months ago. The Red Button, one of the biggest content makers, What's the Dirt? I swear he thought it was gonna come out earlier, but it hasn't come out. Right? So people are gearing up for a preview or something to come from Drake. It's rumor people are thinking episode 4 is gonna the streaming series will come out today or tomorrow. They're thinking it's coming out in April, which I think it might come out in April, the episode 4. But the album, I don't think so. Let's see. Drake Ice Man album. Right? A lot of people been hating on Drake. Been hating on Drake. Some people may say I was hating on Drake. Not hating on Drake. I'm just being real about it. I'm being real about it. Saying that if he came out with the album early, it would flop. And you know what? He did not come out with the album smart. So I'm looking on Genius, right? In regards to the Iceman album, it says 2026 release. He hasn't released any album yet. Now, listen to the names they have. It said, What Did I Miss? National Treasure featuring Pressa, Doghouse, Drake, Julia, Wolf, and Yeet. So they're already putting that on the album. Super Max, right? Out Loud, Which One by Drake, Central C, Spicy Hot, 150 Degrees, That's Just How I Feel, and then Once Stuck, then Plot Twist, Lake Camo, Freeze the World. Now, how did he know this is going to be on the album? It's funny. I looked up the Iceman, went to Genius, which usually have all albums, the lyrics and everything. So this is what it says. Album bio is unreviewed. This track list is unconfirmed. It's compiled of recent singles. Yes, so it's fake. It's just something made up. Everybody's anticipating Drake's release album, but it's not coming out no time soon. Not yet. But on Genius, right, where you look for the lyrics, especially a lot of rap albums, they already compiled what they think is the Iceman album. It says, "What Did I Miss?" which is part of it. National Treasure was leaked with press. They're saying that might not be on it. Doghouse with Drake and Julia Wolf and Yeet, that came out. That was Yeet's track. So they're all just guessing, right? Supermax, Out Loud, Which One by Drake and Central C, Spicy Hot. He's gonna be changing this all up. It might be a double album. It's gonna be at least 20 songs or so. So this is all just a guess. This is all just a guess. And people been guessing for months. All these content makers who are not even from Toronto doing all types of guess and predictions. But I'm from the six, and I'm gonna tell you that it is coming out about when the weather starts to get warm. It's gonna be coming out probably in the earliest is in May. He might drop a single, maybe Good Friday, sometime in April. You might see something drop in April, right? But nothing is coming out now. Like nothing has been released. There's been fake fake shit coming out, fake content coming out. Like his album has been released. It has not been released, right? It has not been released. I'm predicting it's gonna do better than GNX. It's gonna be a fight for Drake, but it's gonna be better than GNX, better than J. Cole's album, The Fall Off. Kanye West's album is out right now, so Drake ain't dropping nothing for a while because Kanye West has he's gonna be riding this out for a while. Kanye West is gonna be riding out his Bully album for a while. He was hoping Drake would have dropped his album, but Drake is not dropping his album yet. Now, this proves my point that Drake is going to be dropping his album in late May, the earliest, like I'm saying. But I'm gearing up for like June, July release, summer, a summertime release. But my brother was telling me, kind of makes sense, May, May, because right before the summer, a little bit before the summer, but not April, people, not April. It's not going to be coming out in April. So episode 4, right? People are waiting for episode 4. Where will it be? Episode 4, I'm guessing it's going to be Toronto. Back to Toronto. The last episode is going to be back to Toronto. Or he might just drop episode 4, just say in April, and drop episode 5 in like what? May, and maybe June he'll drop episode 6. I think that's how he should do it. He should drop a episode this month, and then drop a episode in May, and then drop the album in June. Do episode 6 in June and drop the album. That's what I'm giving out. Do episode 6 in June, drop the album. So all these other people right now against him, like, let's see what the Culture United have to say. Let's see if I could Google their shit because they love talking about Drake. Badly, negatively, never good. Never good. It's always bad. That's to show you that you can't listen to those people. They never praise Drake in any way. It's always bad. Right? Always a bad thing they're saying about Drake. Right? I say certain things, but damn, these guys, Justin Hunt and the gang, they're always on the hunt for Drake. Right? They're always on the hunt for Drake, man. They don't like Drake. Definitely, they don't like Drake. And then you got Glasses Malone, another guy. Respect to him, but he's always on Drake's ass too. 100%. They hate Drake. Let's see. They can't wait till Drake comes out. They're the biggest probably fans for Drake undercoverly, right? They love talking about Drake. Culture United talks about Drake a lot, but the Iceman album definitely was gonna be. I think it's gonna be a summer release, right? It's going to be a summer release, and it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. You should hear like some of the stuff these people say about Drake, man. They talk a lot. So it says, well, what are they talking about here? Yeah, so that's the lyrics, Drake song lyrics. He gets criticized all the time. Culture United talks Drake. Lyrics. I don't even want to say. All I know, those guys criticize him a lot, and Glasses Malone. But like people saying, it gets the views. It gets people talking. Drake is the biggest artist in the world right now. Been for a long time, and people will hate. He's the biggest artist, and he's not American. That's what the real deal is. He's the biggest artist, and he's not American, right? Biggest artist, but not American. That's what's hurting them, right? Certain they can't get to Drake, and that's why they're angry. We call it the Culture United hates Drake, right? They hate on the man, big time. They hate Drake, but his album's gonna break records, man. It's gonna break records. It'll break a lot of records, right? It's gonna break tons of records, like it or not. So now these guys, the Culture United, they love talking about Drake. They talk about other people, but Drake is, I guess, the main target, especially when he comes out, right? When he comes out, they're all on his ish, 100%. They don't they don't waste no time going after him, right? They waste no time going after the brother. They hate Glasses Malone. He is guilty of it too, right? I don't know what his real issue is with Drake, but we see it. We see it. Hopefully, Drake has some Toronto features on it, right? So that he could really show them the culture. A whole bunch of people hate on Drake because of success, right? I make fun of Drake too, but damn, some people make it their whole mission to hate on him. They all want an interview by Drake, but they're not gonna get it like that, right? So it says Drake candidly reflects on why so many people hate him. Mm, that's March 22nd. It's not too long ago. So he'll do articles but no interviews so far. Drake candidly reflects on why so many people hate him as a rapper. They nitpick everything, right? So it says for a long time it was cool to hate on Drake how he blew up in the aftermath of gangster rap ruling the airwaves, where being tough was the rite of passage towards legitimacy in hip hop. Sure, Kanye West never claimed to be hard, but he was also one of the most arrogant rappers imaginable. Moreover, he made College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s, and Heartbreak by the time Drizzy started making waves, right? So, Kanye hates on Drake too. Meanwhile, the Toronto MC was a lot softer. He made delicate songs for women and he didn't taught a street background. People teased him for being light skinned, yeah, Jewish, and acting on Degrassi. By this point in his career, he weathered all the criticisms and the several beefs he took in over the years. See, other beefs. Sure, Drake still has his war scars from beefing with Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar, but he remains one of the biggest rappers in the world. He is the biggest rapper in the world. In 2011, though he was still relevantly fresh in the game, he inherited problems with Pusha T just by standing next to Lil Wayne. He had to grapple with all the memes making fun of him during the cover story with Complex. Take Care rapper felt like people were making fun of him for anything. There still are. There still are. There's a lot of haters. A lot of haters out there. Drake opens up about all the haters early on in his career. That's interesting. And this is not an old article. This is recent. I'm surprised no one's talking about this. They nitpick everything. This is Drake. He sighed. I can't do anything. All they want me to do is dress so they can make fun of me. Otherwise, it's hard for them. I don't give people many reasons to dislike me. They have to find shit. They're like, oh man, sweaters? He wears sweaters too? Much like, much like what? Despite the clear exaggeration, he wasn't inclined to let people just walk over him either. Later in the conversation, Drake made it abundantly clear that he wasn't hiding from any confrontations. If somebody wants to bring a problem to me, it's strictly based off of their immense amount of hate for me, he said. It's never because I've sparked that using my voice, my image, or my outlet. I never use my outlet for confrontation or negativity. That's what he's saying. Ever. I always try to give people music to ride to and music to enjoy. All I ever ask in return is that it's mutual love. And right now, he's getting pushed back by UMG, calling him out, saying that he's only angry because he lost the rap battle, and that's why he's doing the lawsuit. They called him out again, right? He's confident. He's confident Chubbs shared a similar sentiments with the outlet. Everybody wants to poke and jab at Drake because they don't feel like he will throw back. He explained, but nobody around here is going to let something happen to him at any time, especially me. That's his bodyguard, Chubbs, his friend. I'm not ever going to let nothing happen to him because that's the money. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me first. So he's taking it. Chubbs is saying, nobody's laying hands on his friend. Nobody's touching Drake. You're going to have to lay hands on Chubbs first. So this is my thing with the criticism, because it's Americans mostly, the content makers, who are criticizing him the most, right? Because they see him doing all types of stuff and they're calling him out. So, like I said to Drake, Drake, come home back. You're always at home at the Raptor games. You're always, in Toronto. Get down to earth with us or get down to earth with some person from the city. You do sometime work with some unknowns who are and you support unknowns. Well, if we are unknown to you, get down to earth and because we're in the six, and get a real cultural interview, right? Not like Jay-Z, who had this, you know, interview that was basically fake. Get a real down to earth interview, because that's why they don't respect you that much. They might like your music, they listen to your music, you're making numbers, but socially You're losing in the culture because they don't see you connecting, talking in conversations with anybody from the culture. So there's academics. I know you're friends with academics. I know you don't like Joe Budden. You don't like Ebro. You don't like a lot of people. I seen Gilly doing his campaign for you. I see a couple of these American other platforms trying to do their campaign for you. But guess what? You need to bring it home, buddy. You're always home. Get an interview with the culture at home, and maybe you'll get some respect because they ain't respecting you now. The Iceman album, like I said, and it's like you listening, but you're not saying anything. I said this about 4 months ago, about 4 months ago, that when people thought the album was coming out and they had the Iceman series going on, oh, it's coming out soon. I said, no, if he comes out with the album, it's going to flop. I was saying if he came out with the album earlier, it would flop. And guess what? It's like, in the air, he listened in a way. He's not gonna admit it. He could have watched me saying it. I said, don't come out with the album till summertime. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the world thought he was gonna be coming out soon. Even the big content maker, What's the Dirt, thought your album was gonna be coming out. Right? He does the biggest campaigns, respect to him. He does the biggest campaigns, What's the Dirt, for Drake. He is definitely a Drake supporter. Nothing's wrong with that. But he thought that was going to come out. I've been telling him, no, it's not coming out yet. Not with all this controversy with the lawsuits, not the controversy with the name Iceman, because it's named after ice, kind of, even though you're saying it's from the comic Bobby Drake from Marvel Comics. People still will associate it with the ice. So it's not the time for him to come out with the album now. He's gonna probably come out when it's the right time, which will be when the weather's a little bit better, summertime, you know, coming out with those tunes. As he's saying, he makes tunes for a lot of ladies and stuff, his music. So this is let's see this article I got. This article was off of Vice. I think it was a complex interview, right? So it says Drake candidly reflects on why so many people hate him. So many people hate him. The haters who don't make no money like Drake, right? So here's why everybody hates Drake. The root there's a lot of people. He has a lot of villain. There's a lot of people in the industry. I'm saying it feels like everybody's against Drake right now. Good. That's old. That's an old one. But yeah. What's his name? From Breakfast Club, right? Shyamalan or whatever his name, the God. He's one of the biggest haters. He's one of the biggest haters. He brings up Drake all the time. Uh, Glasses, respect to you, but some people may think that you're a hater too because how you talk about Drake, very deep, a lot about Drake, right? So they will say you have a problem with Drake. He might say no, he has a problem him trying to represent saying that he's hip hop. I never seen Drake say he was hip hop, even though he raps. I never seen him claim the culture like that, right? But there's other people who do the same shit like Drake, sing and rap, and they're not really from the hood, anyways, like Kanye West, right? So, like I said earlier, Drake's not dropping any album now when Kanye is out. J. Cole is out. He's waiting for the storm to pass over. And then he's gonna drop the shit with a collaboration too because he just had a collaboration with DC, Batman, and Marvel. Just had a collaboration, so that's big. That's big right now. That's huge. Why is everybody taking shots at Drake? Because they want attention. Of course, that's old, man. It's actual people or bots hating on Drake right now. No, that's old. The recent stuff, now, let's see. I want to see if I can find some of the haters, man. Um, There's a lot of haters, but I'm looking for episode 4. I'm looking for episode 4. Episode 4 is coming soon. I think in April. Might not be coming in the beginning, but it's going to be coming. People, please subscribe. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. This is an early one. Why do people hate Drake? So it says Glasses Malone spoofs Drake in music video. Yeah, he done a music video, Glasses Malone, and had Drake on, in the court. Drake hate starts 2026. Glasses Malone speaks out. He's always speaking out. January 2nd, that's the beginning of the year, right? I get it. Kendrick's your boy. I get all that shit. I get that shit. Kendrick's your boy. I get it. Kendrick is your boy, right? Kendrick Lamar is your boy, Malone. So you gotta ride for the team. But this Drake hate is becoming like serious. Serious. I don't want to see this guy. This Drake hate is some serious stuff. It's almost like a sickness, right? To sue and send all kinds of cease and desist. So, yeah, that whole thing about the lawsuit, that's what just screwed up Drake. The whole lawsuit stuff made a lot of people lose respect for him, right? The whole lawsuit stuff made it lose respect. Drake called out by Glasses Malone over pass. That's 2025. See, this guy been hitting him. I've been hitting Drake too. But it says Glasses Malone has been a humor in Drake. What? What? Humor in Drake being against the use of rap lyrics in court cases, while suing his record label over releasing Not Like Us with complaint that extensively quotes from the Drake tracks. On Saturday, January 18th, Malone shared a message on X that included screenshot of November 22nd article about Drake and other stars signing a letter against the use of rap lyrics in criminal cases. As commentary, he included a number of rolling on the floor laughing emojis. Yeah, because hip hop, that's a no no. In hip hop, that's a no no, but people have excuses for Drake. They do. Malone didn't specify, but it's clear he was referring for Drizzy's lawsuit against Universal Music Group for defamation over its release of promotion of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Okay, Drake's 81-page complaint liberally quotes and explains the lyrics of the song, and the lyrics in their entirety are included as an attached exhibit. Example. Damn, I didn't know it was like that. Damn, I didn't know it was like that. 81. It's that Coldplay, John Legend. So it said Drake make the Stallion, Coldplay, John Legend, and more sign an open letter to stop the use of rap lyrics in court. Ooh, that's bad. That's hypocritical. I see where that's not good. If you signed a petition to stop this stuff, why are you suing? Saturday's messages was not the first time that Malone has criticized Drake. Of course, in May of last year, the Canadian superstar uh, complaint about helicopters sparked a response from the West Coast rapper. The Six God had called out local Toronto news station, I didn't know this, CP24 on social media, saying that their helicopter flights over his mansion were keeping him awake. Oh God. CP24 breaking news. Can we discuss the chopper flight um, times over his house? Cause I won't lie, I'm trying to sleep, he wrote. Anytime after 3 p.m. works great for me. Drake's Bridle Path mansion, known as the Embassy, had been a firm fixture in the news after being targeted by several trespassers, as well by a drive-by shooting and seriously injured a security guard. I remember all of that shit. But yeah, the Iceman is coming soon, people. It's coming soon for all the haters. It's coming soon. But Lacey listened not to come out 4 months ago, and now it's coming out like, probably in late spring or in the summertime, which he should come out in the summertime. Don't come out now. This is not the time to come out with the Iceman album. But episode 4 for sure is probably coming out sometime this month or maybe early May. But I'm thinking it's coming out sometime this month because people are really eager for the Iceman album. Um, but yeah, episode 4 stream. I'm waiting for that. The episode 4 stream should be coming out soon, right? Waiting for that. What do you guys think? You can leave it in the comments in regards to Drake's Iceman album. There's all these content makers making up all these predictions. I'm one of them, but my predictions, I bet it's more accurate than most, that his album is going to be coming out near when FIFA soccer comes or starts in June. I'm telling you, the album's going to be released close to when FIFA soccer starts in June, the World Cup. He's waiting for a big event to drop this album right before the summertime and get big on the charts because when the weather is good, that's when more people enjoy music, more events, especially Eastern time, West Coast. Yeah, I mean, Eastern time, East Coast. What I'm talking about. Shit. The West Coast, you guys gonna have to wait. He's making y'all hungry in America for his concerts and his shows. He's making you all wait. But yeah, anyways, people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. This is the Down to Earth Network with your host Sean Myrie, and I'm out.